Hey, hi, hello everyone, Deck and Dice here with a bit of a different video, a little bit more low-key than some of our pack openings. We're going to play some Pixelborn for you today. I'm joined by cameraman Kevin.
Hello!
And we're going to try out some of the new cards. Pixelborn is a fan-made client to play Lorcana because right now there is no official client. Okay, we got purple cards on. The first deck that I want to try out today is an Amber Amethyst Aggro deck. It uses the new Pinocchio that I was talking about in our video before that I'm pretty excited about. Let's see here. We want 4 of the 1-drop 2-lore Maleficent. Do we use any of the 3-drop Maleficent? It does not look like. If I was to rebuild this deck, I'm just going off a deck list right now. If I was to rebuild the deck, I probably would add this one in, but we're just going to do...
Why is that? Stronger?
This is the one that draws a card when it's played, and I think it's pretty good. It's not a very aggressive card, so I understand why it would be left out. And I'm going to just kind of default to doing what the original deck builder did for this deck list, and we can, after we try it out, decide if there's any changes we would like to make. I think that's it for set 1 cards. Okay, it has some of the new super rare Arthur. This is kind of an interesting character that has been seeing a lot of play, probably even more than I expected, even though I thought it would be pretty well played.
So far, there's kind of a lot of uninkables.
Yeah, there's a lot of uninkables in this deck for sure. 3 of this Madame Mim. And then some of the Merlin and the Pinocchio and the snaky Madame Mim. Okay, here's the snake one. We want 4 of her. And then we want 4 of Goat Merlin. I like it. All these Merlin cards are really fun. Let's be real.
Just the goat Merlin.
Greatest of all time Merlin. And then 4 of the new Pinocchio. This is what really drew me to the deck. This 2-mana 1/1 that does 3 lore. And I think that does us for the Amethyst cards. Just scrolling through just to make sure. Okay, cool. Now we're going to switch over to the Amber cards. Now we're playing some of the Lilo, no surprise there. This is essentially a copy-paste of the purple Maleficent 1-drop that we put in, just different characters, but otherwise it does the same thing. Definitely gonna play some of Rapunzel. Looks like they're playing 3 of her. Simba is what really ties this deck together. If you watched my top 5 video for Amber, you know how high I am on this card. And then we have 2 more cards from the new set. We have 4, or a few more actually still. Okay, so 4 of the Goon Stitch, and then 4 of the Stitch Rockstar is kind of your draw engine to hopefully shift onto the other Stitch. We are playing 2 Be Our Guests. And I think that's it for set 1 for Amber. So now let's go down and see what we're playing with the new Amber cards. Not this. Is it this queen? I think it's the other one. No, it is. Okay. So we're playing 4 of this queen. Just a pretty strong super rare from the new set. But because of that, we're also playing 4 of the Goon version of the queen. Just because this one can shift on top of her. So similar to the idea with Stitch, we're just trying to shift. And that pulls the deck together. What you want to name it, Kevin? Queen Lilo? Okay.
It's 2 L's, 100%.
Okay. So let's play some games. Kevin, you haven't gone very far up the ladder yet.
I haven't played any. I've been busy.
So yeah, for this deck, this is probably one of the decks I'm most excited for out of the new set. Just super aggressive and plays a lot of the new cards. Okay.
I legitimately thought like, wow, you're drawing a lot of cards, but it was to Hearthstone.
So I think we want to lean towards having an aggressive start. So I'm actually going to pitch back all but Lilo here. And what I'm looking for is the Simba Bodyguard to try and get on the board really quickly. And there we go. Awesome. So right here with the Lilos and Simba, we have a pretty good aggressive start. So we're going to start by inking one of our queens and play out a Lilo and pass the turn.
I don't like having
If you hover over it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So our opponent didn't play anything. So I think we're actually going to ink. Let me read this. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets -4 attack, and another gets +4 attack. Okay. So I'm gonna actually ink the queen because I think I want to still try and save Stitch Rockstar for later. And we're gonna play out Pinocchio and quest for 2 and pass the turn. Feeling pretty great that our opponent didn't play anything on their first turn, because next turn we'll probably end up playing another Lilo and our Simba and just start going to town questing for a bunch. Alternatively, we could play Arthur. I don't think we need to play Arthur right now.
What does he do?
So when he quests, you can return another chosen character of ours to our hand, and we gain 2 lore. So you can gain a bunch of lore. Oh, they had a rush character. This is one that's new I have not seen before. Okay. This character can challenge the turn they're played a 2-mana 2/3 Queen of Hearts rush. Okay. So I didn't know about this character really, so I would have played Simba if I knew this was a possibility, but I didn't. So no big deal. Part of the learning process. I think we're going to ink Stitch because we definitely want to get to that 3. Fortunately, Queen of Hearts cannot kill a bodyguard Simba, so we are going to play him in a bodyguard and play out our Lilo.
I mean,
Can you hear the music too? Oh, okay. It's kind of nice. Very calming.
so I can definitely see where having uninkables is kind of a problem, right?
Yeah, so I do think that this deck has more uninkables than I would like. Fortunately, the mulligan rule in Lorcana is very forgiving, so if you set up your hand to have enough inkables in it, you're trying to win so quickly, and this deck doesn't really have a lot of staying power. I think it'd probably be okay, but I would agree that it does seem like there's a few more uninkables in this deck than I would like. Let's see here. There's 4, 8, 12, 16. So yeah, 16 uninkables out of 60. That's a little higher percentage than what I'd usually play. I think I'm usually trying to stay under the 15 number and a little closer to kind of like the 10 to 12 range. Mm-hmm. But it does depend on the deck. Each deck's different. We've got another new card, the Madam Mim. When you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. So a cool thing about this is it's a way to kind of bounce these cards so people can attack them. So you can like quest with your Pinocchio, bounce it with Madam Mim, replay Pinocchio, and then it's not unready to be attacked. But we're just gonna quest for a bunch, and I don't think we want to return anything right now with Madam Mim, so I think we just want to play out Arthur. Because we're pretty close. We have 7 lore presented right now, plus 2 if you count the extra from Arthur. So we're really close to winning the game. They're playing a bunch of characters that are just for challenging, so they're going to be trying to bash through us. But I think that's okay. Whatever. This can't trade off with Simba, and
So Gaston would have to trade.
so yeah, Gaston's gonna probably trade with Simba, and this will eat one of our.
Probably Pinocchio.
Well, probably yeah, easily Pinocchio because they're both 1/1s, and this is more dangerous. So this is gonna probably eat our Pinocchio. I think that's okay though. We can kind of do this like Arthur loop, where we're like questing with Arthur and bouncing Arthurs.
Yeah, that's actually a very good thing because you can quest for Arthur, get that one, then return him to your hand
Yeah.
to get the 2.
Yeah.
Then he gets to get it for 3.
Yeah, he can't return himself, which is probably for the best, but would be pretty sweet. Ugh, our opponent is very anti-aggro. This is a lot of cards that this can't quest for anything, this can't quest for anything, this one can, but essentially they're gonna trade off a lot of our board right now. Which is not too surprising to see a deck like this that's really just trying to stop people from doing what I'm doing. Okay.
Winning?
Essentially. Okay, I have to think what I'm gonna do here. So we can play this and bounce Arthur after Arthur quests. I think playing this out just to get more lore is worth it, and then we can bounce Arthur back with Madame Mim. So we're gonna play Maleficent out, quest with Arthur, choose to gain the 2 lore and bounce Maleficent back to hand, and then play Madame Mim to bounce our Arthur back. And pass the turn.
The fact that you're at 14 lore with only 3, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, maybe that's another thing to think about with this deck is maybe you really just don't have to be inking that many creatures. Dinner Bell. This is kind of a cool item from the new set that I like quite a bit. Okay, I think I'm okay just letting this character die, but maybe not. I'm definitely gonna play out our 2 Maleficents. And I think we'll just hold back for now.
Because he can't quest.
Yeah, we're playing into a Be Prepared, which I maybe should have been a little bit more afraid of here. I'm not sure if this deck even plays Be Prepared. I'm not really familiar with the new cards, so this might be terrible, but we'll find out. Okay. So Hades just giving us another ink by banishing a character. When you play this character and when he leaves play, you gain 1 lore. That's nice. I think at this point we're okay just questing it up and putting it on our opponent to try and somehow stop us right now.
Because Merlin quests for 2, right? And so
Merlin
you-
quests for 1, but when he dies, he also gives us another lore, so it's pretty... I'll be surprised if they can stop us from getting this last 2 points of lore. So there's 1 lore. They'll kill these, but I mean, we can just kind of play out our Arthurs and yeah, just try to get that last bit of lore. If we draw another Merlin, we immediately win, so...
So I haven't seen a lot of Ruby Sapphire like decks. Like, is this kind of
From what I've been hearing, one of the most popular decks right now is a Ruby Sapphire item deck, actually, using Popsicle, which would be exciting to you. So, yeah, so apparently it is not odd and is actually quite popular right now.
Is it only because of the new set, or
Yeah.
was the same?
No, it is definitely from the new set because a lot of the good items are from the new set. Like Popsicle and Dinner Bell are both new set items. Yeah. It's like right there, they just drew 3 cards. They had to banish a character, but it was pretty strong. At least I think this is from the new set. Is Dinner Bell from the new set? Do you know?
I think so.
I think so too. It is. Let's see. Now I'm gonna look it up because now I'm second guessing myself. And we won. Dinner bell is... Okay, cool. It is from the new set. I was pretty sure.
Our first victory. Our first victory. Thank you for boosting my account.
You're welcome, Kevin. I knew you needed the help. Okay, let's play another one. That was pretty fun.
Maybe 3 games. Like I have episode 2 of Kevin Plays Hearthstone, and it's 50
Okay, this is an interesting opening hand. So again, I'm kind of thinking that I want to just mulligan towards Simba Bodyguard. This hand is interesting because we could kind of play a more mid-rangey aggressive stance, but again, I am just going to try and go for the Simba Bodyguard. I'm going to keep these. They'll probably get inked, but I don't mind having a couple inkables in my hand. So this hand is really soft to opponent aggression. Looks like we might be playing the mirror match. So because of that, I'm just going to probably try and erase my opponent, is my guess of what will end up happening. And I think right now we have a really good hand for racing.
Well, you got those 2 Merlins, which are
Yeah.
itself. That's you're guaranteed 4 lore just from that.
Well, 3 technically. Oh, 4 from them, sure. Yeah, that's if we even get to them, though.
That's true.
We're definitely going to ink one of them, I'm pretty sure. But we'll probably ink both the Stitches. Next turn, we're probably playing out Pinocchio. Depending on what our opponent does, we might just play out the 2 Lilos.
He's thinking pretty hard. Archimedes.
Okay, this is not something I would expect. Okay, when you play this character, if you have a character named Pinocchio in play, you may draw a card. Okay, so right now our opponents played 2 evasive creatures, so they might not be actually trying to trade with us.
It's a race.
Yeah, it makes me not want to just let Maleficent die for free to Jiminy Cricket, so I'm not exactly sure what we want to do here. I think we're going to quest. Inca Stitch. We can't really fight back with any of our opponent's creatures, so I think we're just going to let them eat our creatures, which is not a great plan, but I also don't want to sit back and do nothing and let them quest for free with their evasive creatures that I can't do anything about.
Evasive creature seems like kind of powerful. Like either you plan for it, or if somebody just built an evasive deck, they're kind of just going to win.
So I think evasive is definitely more powerful and limited. It hasn't shown up a ton in constructed to this point. I'm not sure with the new set if it's going to be stronger. So that's surprising to me that our opponent did not take this free trade, which seems really great for us. I'm not sure why they didn't take advantage of that. Because if we drew a Simba Bodyguard, they would be super punished, not for just trading out there. Okay. We have access to 3 lore this time. I think it really doesn't matter which one of these we ink, or we could ink a Merlin.
I feel like inking one of the ones.
Yeah, I feel like let's keep inking the Stitches, and we'll just play out all our 1-drops. Really don't know exactly what our opponent is doing because it's one of the new decks, and like I said, this is my first time playing with the new cards. Okay, so this really should have probably happened last turn. I still don't know why they didn't do it.
Yeah, because you got essentially
Yeah.
which if their deck is based around evasive and questing, give you a pretty big advantage right away.
So that's a pretty cool little combo, bouncing the draw card Maleficent with this just to keep drawing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we will draw cards with friends on the other side. Okay. I'm just going to ink this so we can start playing Merlins next turn. And I am just going to keep questing for a bunch and letting them kill our creatures. and hoping we can get there.
So does Merlin and Arthur have a good combo?
I guess you could return Merlin with Arthur's ability, and when Merlin enters, he's gaining a lore. So they do kind of combo together a little bit. That's kind of cool. So yeah, here they are just going to probably trade out because we're so far ahead in the lore race now that they have to.
Super far.
Which I think we're fine with. Like, I'm kind of okay just trying to gain these last few points of lore with Merlin. What is this card? Caterpillar. 1/3 for 3 lore. So yeah, they're definitely trying to also race for lore.
They did ink their draw card to get that.
Merlin. So the question is, do we want to go up another ink by inking the queen? Or we could ink... I think we definitely want to keep Merlin. I don't know that the queen is going to matter much. She's essentially going to gain us 1 lore. And we are pretty close to winning. I'm going to ink her. I don't know if that's correct.
See, the only advantage of that is if we got the upgraded version of her and get her for cheaper.
I would be really excited to get to 7 so we could kind of be like questing with Arthur and replaying Merlin's. So, but at this point, Merlin's got pretty good stats. And so I'm happy just questing for a lore and forcing them to kill Merlin to give us another lore.
Ooh, Prince Charming.
Yeah, so they're definitely an aggro deck too. They're playing a lot of stuff for a bunch of lore, and it looks like they're trying to quest up anyways. So I'm glad that we are applying some pressure. Do we trade here? I think we try it. I think we do kill the caterpillar because they're at 7, and we'll go up to 14, and then we'll have essentially 3 plus 1 is 4 more. So yeah, we won't win next turn, so we do have to trade a little bit or we will just lose. So let's start trading off here. Tempting to play Arthur, but I think we have to clear their board a bit or they're just going to beat us. Oh, they got their own Merlin.
Yeah, not even attacking Merlin.
I'm kind of surprised there. Let's see here. Okay, so we can attack this. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a good use for Madame Mim this turn, which it doesn't look like because they're just both gonna die, which I think I'm okay with those trades.
Because you're gonna get 2 lore, no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. Too bad that we can't loop those a little bit more, but like...
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Get our lore. We're gonna just ink Madame Mim and play our 2 Arthurs. And that should let us win. When you quest, you can return a character, gain 2 lore. So I'll quest with the first one, not return a character, quest with the next one, return the Arthur, and that'll give us lethal.
Yeah.
So we should be able to win here.
Kind of a closer game.
Yeah, our opponent
also, like,
really... I think it ended up being correct for us to kind of try and race our opponent. I think our opponent could have played a little better and probably stopped us from winning there. I think really the turning point for that game was them not killing Pinot, or it was Maleficent, not killing Maleficent for free with Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Okay, we're 2-0.
Woo! That was actually pretty cool. I like seeing these cards in combo. Because reading them is fine, but seeing them in a quick turnaround. Well,
and Lorcana is such a different game when you're playing with essentially the real decks, the well-built ones.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice. You just have access to all the cards, so you can experiment and do things.
Yeah, and then you can kind of figure out, oh, I really want to trade to get this card or buy it online because these are really strong.
Yeah.
This hand, I think, is really good. We've got our Simba, and we've got our really good early lures. I definitely want to keep our Inkables. I'm going to pitch Arthur and hope to get 1 more Inkable. And we did. Okay, sick. I'm going to start by just pitching Stitch because I expect this game not to go very long. We're either going to win quickly or burn out quickly.
these cards are
Okay,
new. So
another
like,
aggressive card.
Nobody really knows what like is super working.
I
It's still
think,
a week after.
yeah, it's still pretty fresh, but they've had some tournaments and some people have gotten to play, so we're in the really like early ranks of Pixelborn though, so I would expect some newer players like us that haven't gotten to play a
I
bunch.
think we're the only one with an actual name.
Oh, aren't we fancy?
Aren't we fancy? Cameraman Kevin. Oh, we can't see. We can't see the name here. Real quick. Ooh! You can see the name.
There we go. So now the question is, do we need to trade? And I think the answer is no. They're not giving us the option anyways, because they're playing their Madam Mim. So this Madam Mim makes things a bit complicated for us because, unfortunately, Simba cannot stop Madam Mim. So I think we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to ink our Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
We could probably even ink Simba. I think Simba might actually be bad in a game against Madam Mim. Very interesting. So we're just going to play our own Madam Mim and bounce Lilo back to hand.
It's a mirror match.
It is. It seemed strong when our opponent did it, so I'll pass back and do the same thing.
Iggy Pastel. No, I've been bearing this one to watch.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's not even a very good movie, honestly.
No, I love Certain Sin is so good.
It's funny. There's some really funny moments, especially with the wolf that's chasing him and like falls down the hill at one point.
It just keeps going like through the whole movie. It's just a running gag. The wolf is just there, slowly dying.
So we are essentially playing the mirror matchup at this point. Our opponent is playing a different deck list because we don't have Lantern in ours, but we are playing what is essentially a mirror match. Okay. So we can quest with Madam Mim and let them trade off if they want. I think I'm totally fine with that because...
I mean, you could also play your other Madam Mim and return your
Yeah, and return a Madam Mim.
and keep that loop going.
I don't think I want to do that, though. I think I'm going to ink Simba, which feels like sacrilege to me, but the new cards are strong. I'm going to play Arthur here. And I'm going to quest with Madam Mim. Because I'm okay if we trade off Madam Mims here. It's not a big deal to me. Lantern's essentially just a lore for you.
Oh.
It's only for characters, but it essentially taps to add a ink for a character.
Super epic not being able to hear the sound of this. It's just completely silent for me.
Okay, so this Madam Mim is pretty much the same as this, just it has Rush. I think that was a perfectly fine trade for us. I'm guessing they will quest. I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, because we can't really do anything about that. Okay, I think, let's see here. Let's ink our Madam Mim. And I think we're... Let's see here. I think we're just going to play Merlin for now. So I've got a few options. So I don't think I want to quest with Arthur right now, because I don't want them to just smash it with their Madam Mim. And we're not that far behind, really. I'm trying to decide if I want to play out Merlin so that we can kind of bounce each other back and forth, or if I want to play out our little creatures so that I can bounce them with Arthur after they quest. I think I'm leaning towards that right now.
Because next turn, you can do the same thing.
Yep.
Or, unless they have a random Libary.
Well, they aren't playing Ruby, so I think we're safe there. But this gives us, like, this is 8 lore plus 2 from Arthur, so that's 10. So that's kind of a huge lore explosion. They're going to commit a bunch to the board too, I think.
So I like how on the last turn, if you're able to just win with the lore count, they Like you can't actually. Like,
well, no, our opponents are conceding. They're just
are they?
they're seeing that we can win, and they're just conceding to
I
us.
just see the past turn, and then all of a sudden it's like victory.
Yeah, no, they're giving up on us.
Which is nice.
Yeah, there's no reason to play it out once we have enough on board to win.
I was kind of part of the game, and this guy was completely beating me, but he kept making bad decisions, and so he was playing a warrior, and he kept getting armor. Like he started with that card I gave him 5 more life and 4 more cards, and he ended up getting, I don't know, he ended up getting like 40 armor, and I whittled him down to like 5. And by that, I eventually died because I was exhausted. And was stupid. Like, his stupid armor saved him. I would have killed him if he didn't have all these armor cards.
Is our opponent going to us that we just win if they do this? I don't understand.
Yeah,
They have to start trading out for the creatures, which I guess this would be the one to quest with. Oh, okay, they're bouncing with it.
Makes sense.
So this is pretty good because they'll be able to clear our board right now. They might even win here. We'll see. They might have us.
Well,
so this
not anymore.
This has rush, so this can kill all of our creatures that are out. And this will kill Arthur. Okay, so they are making, I think, 3 lore. Oh, but this isn't dead, so 4 lore potentially. So they're not going to win that turn, and we're pretty close. Yeah, I think we just... okay. So we can kill one of these if we wanted. I don't think we have to, though. I think we just quest and force them to try and kill us. Play our creatures and
next turn,
say good luck.
If they don't kill
them.
Yeah. Well, no, even if they don't, Pinocchio quest for 3.
Yeah.
So unless they can kill him, we're done.
Yep.
We win.
I do think we win. We'll see though. Our opponent might have some tricks up their sleeve. I don't know all the new cards.
I'm in. Okay. Which doesn't have rush, right? That's the one that doesn't have rush.
Bouncing has been better than I expected. No, the Fox one does have rush. Okay. I am pretty sure we win this game, opponent. Do you have anything else? I don't think there's anything for one ink that can do anything. Okay, they're friends on...
Deal 1 damage to opponent? Well, no, that because
we win! Okay, 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Woo! Play till we lose?
I guess so. Okay, let's play another game.
You gotta choose a deck.
Play until we lose, I guess. Are you guys just excited to be in Kevin's home? F***ing with Kevin's things? We better cut that. I need to be family friendly. Okay, I think this is a hand where we keep our cheap dudes and hope to get a Simba bodyguard and just mulligan aggressively towards that.
So the Pascal one is the one I said maybe because that was
yeah. Teeth and ambitions. Okay. Let's just play our cheap dudes and we can return one with Madame Mim if we need to protect them. So this is some sort of Ruby deck. Oh, Ruby Steel. Okay. Fire the cannons. I'm fine trading that. Okay. I don't think we're going to do a lot of creature combat where we don't just die, so Rapunzel's probably not going to be great in this game. So let's just play Pinocchio.
I mean, it's only a second turn. Like, are you just that good we can, like, sense, like,
well,
what they do on the first
no,
play?
so we saw from their inks, we saw them ink several cards that are more like mid-rangey creature removal cards, and then they fired the cannons and they're smash. So I think they're more just going to try to remove our creatures. So I don't even think we want Simba. And we're just going to play out our tiny creatures. Hopefully we get some lore from them, because pretty soon once they hit 5, they'll have grab your swords. Okay, Shere Khan's kind of a problem for us.
His resist 1, I believe.
No. What he does...
one more, yeah.
Yeah, when he challenges another character, he gains a lore. I don't think there's a lot we can do about that. I think we're just going to gain a bunch. And then we can save one with Mim, but I don't think we want to. I think we just want to throw out Merlin, because we're not trying to save anything particular, because these are all the same creature, essentially. And Merlin does live through Grab Your Sword. It does 2 damage to all our creatures. Let's see if they're going to play that. Dinner Bell. Okay. So yep, just killing something with Shere Khan makes sense. So the question is here, do we trade with Shere Khan? I'm not sure.
You gain lore no matter what.
We're definitely questing with these. We know that. I think we do.
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
You can save him 1 round, take him out, or quest with him, play him out of min, return him to your hand.
Yeah.
And that gives you 2 lore.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Or at least I think that's. I mean, he's just going to get 1 lore on his turn no matter what.
Yeah. I'm going to just ink Stitch. I don't think Stitch is going to do a lot.
You play him again, so it's 3 lore essentially for the whole exchange.
Madam Mim is really strong. I'm wondering if they thought that bouncing characters was going to be a bigger downside than it ends up being. So they banish Shere Khan to draw some cards. That's kind of rough. Okay. Well, I think we just quest it up and play Merlin and pass. We're getting pretty close to winning, but
Really close to winning.
I think they're getting pretty close to like stopping us dead in our tracks too. So I'm a little afraid of like be prepared here. This is lethal though. Okay, so yeah, there's the be prepared.
So you get 1 lore immediately with Merlin.
Yeah. This is enough to win. I wonder. The question is, do we play the Stitch? I think we do.
Be prepared.
Yeah. Got a Cinderella. Oh yeah, we do. Okay.
Yay!
I was a little worried for us that game, but we ended up getting there.
We did it.
We might just play one deck today if we keep winning. No reason to switch. Okay, this is an interesting hand. Let's see here. I've not been impressed with Rapunzel lately. It feels like decks are just kind of passing each other in the night. Let's just go. Let's just go for our really aggressive hands again. Okay. This feels like a really, really good hand. We're gonna ink one of our big Stitches and play Maleficent. We might want to play towards trying to get Stitch shifted onto Stitch Rockstar. Was that Cinderella? I missed it. Okay.
Didn't see.
I think we're playing pretty much the same deck as last time. I'm gonna ink the other Stitch because we still have one in hand. We're just gonna play out our dudes. Yeah, I think this might be another Ruby Amethyst anti-creature deck, which we did beat it last time, and it feels like it's a deck that's designed to be our deck, so this deck might be pretty strong. Oh, Tinkerbell. I do like that. Not playing anything, that's really interesting and probably very good for us. We're gonna ink Simba because at this point I think we're playing towards hoping to draw an inkable next turn so we can shift on top of the Stitch New Dog.
Oh yeah, we have new dogs right here.
We've got a lot of dogs. Shirkan.
Again.
We did not draw an inkable. I think we have the type of hand that we can just throw stuff away to Shirkan and not stress about it. There's still a turn off of Grab Your Sword, so we're going to play out Pinocchio. We're going to leave up Stitch because I don't think they're going to kill Stitch New Dog because it only quests for one lore, and they're definitely going to probably start by focusing Pinocchio. We have 11 lore on the battlefield right now, so our opponent,
do something.
Our opponent needs to kill a lot of our creatures. Games are quick with this deck. I like this. I'm gonna probably try and build this in paper.
Pen and paper. Okay. That was the smart move.
Okay. We're going to quest with these two. Ink the Queen, shift onto Stitch New Dog, and then quest for 3. Good luck, opponent. I don't think like they might have had Grab Your Sword this turn, which would have wiped our board, but shifting, yeah, it got us the win.
5 games. Queen Lilo for the win.
Queen Lilo. I don't know if we can lose.
We can't lose at Wood, what, 3 or 4? Wherever we're at, we can't lose.
Who would have guessed? Okay, this hand doesn't seem great. Let's see here. I'm going to...
Oh, thank you for that dog run.
It's been working so far to just mulligan aggressively, so we're going to keep doing that. This hand looks great. Hey, we might get an early queen shift.
Yeah,
Shift for 2 whenever this character quests. Shows an opposing character get... Oh, okay. Our opponent didn't want to play.
Woo! Fastest game ever.
That was fast even for the aggro deck.
Saw the first card, I was like, nah.
Too afraid.
Actually, that was probably true. They didn't like their mulligan.
Yeah, maybe their hand was just bad and they just didn't want to play.
You doggos can't be so cute today. So cute.
Well, we're going to keep doing what we've been doing and kick back everything that isn't one of our stupid good cards.
So, like, I know we said, like, there's a lot of uninkable so far, but honestly, the only card that really hasn't paid off is that Rapunzel.
Well, Rapunzel's inkable, though.
It is inkable, but, like, for the effect, like, you need to swap that out with something else that's inkable.
I think
that you get on a lower.
I think right now we're kind of just playing against the aggro, like, mirror style deck, or, like, the very, like, anti-creature deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of more like mid-rangey creature decks, and we're just not running into them right now. And Rapunzel would be really good at those.
Ooh, Nick Wild.
This is the popsicle deck, I think.
But Nick Wild.
Oh, they might have another one.
That's fair. I mean, I had one, and it was pretty devastating for my opponent. The 3 games you played.
Because the other deck I want to try is more of a mid-rangey bounce deck. But since our opponent isn't playing anything, we're gonna stay with our aggressive plan of playing things that quest for a bunch of lore. This Pinocchio has been as impressive as I expected the card to be. Quite strong. This card was completely off my radar and is really good.
Yeah, that bounces. Really.
Prince John has Ward is a 1/2. Oh, okay. That's pretty strong. So they're some sort of a discard deck. Let's see here. I think we'll ink another Pascal. I think we will play Madame Mim and bounce back our Pinocchio to keep it alive, and then play our other Maleficent. Okay, yeah, this is just kind of the green good creatures deck. Yeah, I think we just quest for a bunch. I think we're just so close to winning that we just kind of play out our cards. So yeah, 6 lore on the field right now. They'll probably kill a decent chunk of them. That's okay. They're also trying to gather lore pretty quickly because their creatures also tap for a decent chunk of lore. But right now we have them so far on the back foot that they are kind of forced to trade with us, which is a really good spot to have against green. Because green kind of wants to have you in a spot where you're forced to attack their creatures so you're getting punished. Like when you attack Kuzco and your character gets banished for that.
My favorite type of color so far
has been Amethyst.
I've really enjoyed all the colors so far.
Let's see here. We can kill this if we wanted. We could have killed both of these actually. There's not a lot of reason to let off the gas though at the moment. Yeah, I think we'll just keep questing. I don't think we have to. I think we can just pretend our opponent has no creatures and be fine. We're going to play Pinocchio, and then we're going to shift on top of this queen. Good luck, opponent. I would imagine our opponent probably concedes here unless they have some pretty strong cards to play at 6. Yeah, the problem is it... Well, okay, so that's a good start with Let It Go being sung by Kuzco. That got rid of essentially 2 of our cards since it got rid of the shifted queen. That I don't quite understand. They didn't need to attack Prince John there. Yeah, they threw away a creature for free, which was kind of confusing.
I mean, they just got caught up on the front.
Well, there wasn't really a way for them to kill this anyways. They couldn't really kill both, so... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think... Okay.
Yeah, that was good. But he uses a lot of ink, which cards.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine here. Okay, what do we want? We have 6 ink, so we're just gonna take a stitch then. Change the number. Oh, okay, lowest goes first. So we want to draw that one, and then we'll probably want... Okay, that seems fine. I think that's how that works. What? Did that not let us draw a card? I don't...
Did reorganize your deck.
Put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. Oh, so I needed to... Okay, I had to click something else. So we might lose there because I misclicked, but we would be in a much better position if we were able to have played the Stitch that turn like we wanted to. I misclicked something to not have Be Our Guest resolve accurately. But, oh well.
So I feel like 60 cards actually have a lot of cards. I feel like
You can play 4 of, so it's not. It doesn't seem too much. It did feel like you were playing some weaker cards with when it was just the first chapter, but it feels like decks have gotten a lot more focused already with the second chapter, and we're still really early.
Well, what's it called? I saw a few articles saying like Rise of Floodborn is just like the other half of the game that was missing from the first chapter. And I kind of feel that because it feels like there's a lot of things in
Alright, can we not play this the next turn? Oh, because I need to bounce the Pinocchio back. Right. Thank you, game, for not letting me mess that up. Okay. We did it in the right order because the game helped us after the game hurt us.
It didn't seem like I did anything. Who cares about
No, because if you play this, you have to either banish her or return another character, so she would have just died immediately. So it was good that the game stopped me from making a terrible misplay. Okay, opponent. We win. You don't need it. Okay, thank you. So even with my terrible misclick there and attempt to make another misplay, we still got there. Our deck is strong enough to carry us.
Carry on my wayward son.
Can I have one of the drinks? The LaCroix, please. Is that okay?
Yes. You go second.
Well, this seems like a really good hand. I think we definitely want to keep our Lilos and Simba. I'm also kind of okay just keeping these as inkables, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll dump the Queen back. Looks like the mirror matchup, potentially, but they didn't play anything turn 1. We're going to ink a Pascal. I have not found a lot of reason to play the Pascals that I've been drawing. They're fine as inkables,
Yeah.
but been pretty unimpressed with that card so far. Playing Amber,
Maybe
Emerald.
that's why they're there, just to ink.
So
There's no reason.
Fortunately, this cannot get past our Simba, so we are going to be happy and ink one of our Rapunzels and play our Simba bodyguard to protect our Laro. Yeah, but if you're putting a card in your deck just for the sake of inking it, you should always put something that's higher cost, so that if you draw it later in the game, it's like, oh, this is a really strong top deck that does more, rather than a 1/1 evasive that really doesn't feel like it's doing much at any point in the game.
It's fair.
So we're really fortunate to be able to kind of brick wall this Flynn Rider so that they're not questing with it and not getting us to discard, because this can be a pretty strong combo together. So fortunately, we're a little bit ahead of our opponent. Otherwise, we would probably be in trouble. Let's see here. We don't need to play them rushing Madame Mim here. I think we just want to draw some cards with friends. It's either friends or just Lilo, which doesn't seem great. So let's draw 2 cards. Okay, we have some more cards to play. Pass it back. We didn't do a lot that turn, so our opponent might be able to kind of come back. But hopefully we're able to dump a lot of our hand. This card's kind of interesting. When it quests, I have to discard. Not sure what I think about it, but cool card at least. Okay. We're definitely going to quest with our dudes. And I think we want to play Merlin here. I don't think we're going to want Madame Mim.
We're almost halfway there. I feel like 20 lore is kind of a low number. Like 20 seems.
It does
really
feel. It does feel like you get to it, but granted, we're playing the fastest deck right now that you could possibly play.
It's fair.
Okay. Okay. So that was not great for us. They kind of cleared out our board. And now we have to discard a card. I don't think we're going to end up wanting this Lilo anymore. Feels like we're about to lose. So we're going to kill Daisy Duck and then heal up with Rapunzel to draw some more cards. And then I think we want to play Maleficent. That's a good question, though.
I mean, we could play Madame and return Merlin.
We don't have enough ink for that.
Yeah.
It's just deciding if I want to play out this Maleficent. I'm going to ink something. I think we'll ink one of the queens. And I think I'm okay. I think even if this just turns out to be a one lore, do nothing, it's fine. Grand Duke. That's funny that he buffs Prince John. That's not good. Mr. 3 with their Rapunzel. So we have to try and win very soon because our opponent is going to have more cards in hand the rest of the game than us. I think we're probably going to finally get defeated. And it's not feeling good.
7 games in a row?
That's true. That's true. We still are questing for a decent amount. Okay. So they didn't attack anything. I think I want to just keep questing and letting them kill our stuff. Because I think we're close enough with them so low that we might be able to, even though we're really far behind, just kind of brute force this a little bit and just try to get this last bit of lore. We only need 6 more lore, and them not questing with anything feels really strange. And when they kill Merlin, we essentially need 5 more lore,
which we have if they don't kill anything.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna win next turn, but I think doing this sets us up in the best chance to win because they're so far ahead of us on board and probably have better cards in hand, etc., etc. That's suboptimal for us. I've not really seen people play that card before.
What's the name?
So he quests for 1 less lore based on the amount of cards in my hand. So he can quest for 4 lore, but it's less for each card in your opponent's hand. So you're playing him in a discard deck to try and get discard. That's surprising to me that they just kind of left these up. If we draw a Rapunzel here, we draw a ton of cards. I think regardless, we're questing. I think I'm just gonna play Stitch, because if they can't deal with Stitch, I just win by questing for combo. And I don't think I'm gonna ink anything. I think we're just gonna leave it. It feels like our opponent is being much too passive. You can have Mim and a cheaper queen.
So they have to deal with the Rockstar right now.
Yeah, they have to deal with essentially our board.
Which I don't know if they can.
They might. They're playing a lot of songs, and some of these creatures are like a lot higher cost, so they can probably sing with some of the other creatures. Not sure. Okay, I think they have just given up. They're just going to quest for a bunch of lore, and then we win. Okay. I am surprised we pulled that game out. It feels like that one was more on our opponent suddenly getting really passive and not killing our creatures. Oh, can we chat now? That's new. I didn't know they had chat in this.
Wait, did they say something?
Yeah, they said well played up here.
Huh. Hey, we made it to one wood.
We're almost to bronze. Let's make it to bronze, baby.
Bronze.
So, Kevin, are you going to start doing Kevin plays for Lorcana now?
Probably.
Good.
I'm gonna keep like Hearthstone because I'm really.
I think we're going to dump these more expensive cards and keep our bodyguards. That feels about right. Okie dokie. In that last game, we kind of saw one of the better use of Rapunzel, both on our side and our opponent's side. And those are kind of the games where Rapunzel shines, and why Rapunzel is still a $50 card in the first chapter. Inca Rapunzel, play Maleficent. I'm really excited seeing this get played. It didn't really get played much in the first chapter, just because we needed probably like one more aggressive card like the Pinocchio for Amethyst, for Amethyst, and now you can kind of have this Amber Amethyst. Okay, so potentially playing a similar deck to ours.
This is kids thing.
Let's Inca Simba and play a Simba. Oh.
Yeah, I'm allergic.
Are you talking to us, Lesson? What are you saying?
Yeah, we love Kevin more. We're all gathered around.
Kevin has all these little rats we can eat.
And they've eaten two more missing tails.
He keeps calling them cat toys, but we know they're dog treats. Ooh,
They must like their catnip.
a little Rapunzel. Does this Rapunzel have shift? It does not. That's too bad. Remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. I don't think that card's any good, but maybe it is.
I mean, it kind of is if you have like an aggressive attack. I mean, it's essentially a free card that you just never quest for, and every time you get damage, you just kill. It's really stacked with like a resist deck that you just can't get the card. Some has like resist 2 on that, like get 2 damage each turn.
Yeah, that's true. I
think it's a very niche, like very thing.
Oh, and there was the resist Cinderella, so there we go. So there. Okay, Madam Mim actually now seems really good. Oh no.
Wait, what?
They just played Grab Your Sword, and our board got wiped because they shifted with the Queen. That is a really powerful thing that I did not see coming. Okay, cool. We're just gonna Rapunzel here, yeah. Draw 2 cards. Our opponent had a really amazing play there. So one thing to note is that this shifts for just 2, but it's a 5 cost. So that's pretty insane in the Amber Amethyst song deck. Being able to like whole new world your opponent on turn 2 is wild. I don't know why you would ever want to do it earlier than like turn 3, but still, like, that is just crazy. Yeah, so they get to take out Simba for free. I think we're going to quest with Rapunzel, return it with Madame Mim, and then rush Madame Mim into the Queen because we can't keep having the Queen on board. Yeah, so this is the Amber Steel Songs deck. I'm not exactly sure what this Rapunzel is for.
Just in case they take damage.
I guess.
It isn't a bad like, thing, but...
Seems a little bit mediocre to me, but... Okay. We'll trade here. And then...
Stitch and like Pinocchio?
Well, I might just ink Rapunzel here. Because we're getting pretty close to Stitch.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Fortunately, we're keeping a mostly empty hand so that they are unprioritized to play a whole new world. So this is the reason for playing the other Rapunzels for this one then. Okay. Cool. We're just, yeah, we're still just gonna play Stitch here though. Turns all of our other cards into draw abilities. I also would imagine that it's pretty likely that our opponent is playing a whole new world, and so at some point they're going to want to probably wheel their hand away. And so if we keep nothing in our hand, we are potentially leaving them with dead cards in their hand or letting them help us draw cards. I'm going to just keep drawing.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, this really shows the power of Stitch.
Now, if we ink that...
Yeah, we can play... I think we do want to do that, actually, because we're pretty close right now, so we're just going to keep going. What does this do?
So they have, what, whole new world you said?
Well, it's potential that they do. I think I might... Okay. So the question is, do we leave up Stitch to protect it? Quest for 3. We have a bunch of stuff out. Wait, I think we just quest.
Yeah, they can't kill us if you have bodyguard.
Oh, right. I forgot about the bodyguard. Thank you.
Because Rapunzel doesn't attack.
Yeah.
So unless they have something to kill, it's...
Grab your sword would be really good here again, but not a lot we can do. They play that for 3. I'm confused. Maybe there's some sort of glitch and they're at a higher ink. I don't understand how this got played.
Yeah,
because they didn't, or what, was there another queen out here that I just missed? Maybe they must have played a queen and then inked on top of it. So
crap, what did they just do?
They played a whole new world.
That was really good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I was trying to keep my cards low, because that just means they're just really helping us. I'm pretty sure we've got this game at this point. Got a billion cards in hand.
You got Stitch again.
Yeah.
You got both hands.
And they can't tap this to sing right now anyways, so... But yeah, this must have gotten shifted on top of the 1-cost queen for how much lore they have. I think we just win here if they don't kill anything. Okay, they gave up.
Woo!
I've lost count of how many games we've won.
Oh, every single one of them so far.
When we exit and reopen it, we'll actually have like the deck record, which is kind of nice. It saves your win percentage.
No, I was gonna say small break before we get that last one, but it's there we go. The dogs. This is Kit's baby. Okay, they were carrying her Kit's baby around. Not your guys'.
We have the Simba, so let's just try to get the really glass cannon aggro cards.
Let's be aggressive. This is okay. We cannot lose this game because it's the last game too. We have to.
Okay. I think we're gonna play towards an early Stitch.
What are you guys sneezing about? Gosh. I feel like sneezing bad.
Okay. Well, let's ink Pascal. No, let's actually ink Madam Mim and play Pascal and Lilo here. Yeah, so this 4. Yeah.
Boy, that Queen 2 is really powerful.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Like a 5 for 2. Like that's you're gaining 3 essentially.
Yeah, I need to get more of her. Did you get something stuck up your nose, baby? You okay?
Sneezing all over my leg. She's the only one.
Sneeze on Kevin's leg, not mine.
She's doing it on purpose. She's allergic to Ken.
Apparently. What did you get in your nose? Opponent, are you there? Was Lilo too scary? Playing against some sort of ramp deck of some style. Okay, let's see here. So 1-2. I do think at this point then we probably will play out the simple cunning card. So we're gonna ink one of these. Let's see. I could see Rapunzel being slightly better. Chances are we still ink Rapunzel anyways. One second. I'll let you out in just a minute. This feels like setting up for a grab your sword in a turn or two, maybe? Oh, there's the Popsicle. First time we've seen Popsicle. Okay. Ink the Rapunzel. Shift onto Stitch. And quest for a bunch. Got 7, so not quite lethal next turn, but feels like we're doing pretty good.
She wasn't sneezing until I
She must have got something stuck up her nose. I'm not exactly sure.
Cat hair, probably.
Yeah, she probably sniffed a cat hair up her nose and she's trying to sneeze it back out. I'm sorry, stinky assy.
Looks like we are.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Here. Boom. We made it to bronze. So with that, I think we're gonna end the video.
That was really good.
I'm gonna show them really quick the other deck we were thinking of playing. We just didn't get around to it because we did so much other stuff. But yeah, this was the other deck that we were thinking of playing. Probably do that next time. But yeah,
what's the deck that we did draw? Can we show them that so they see all the cards?
Yeah, we made it at the beginning of the video,
yeah.
So they're fine. But we can go to it again. So here's the deck we did play.
So it's still Rapunzel, where it came in really clutch that one time.
Yeah, I think Rapunzel, we were playing against a lot of decks that Rapunzel wasn't great against. But I think if we were playing against more of that green style deck, we would have been using a lot more Rapunzels. But
and I'm surprised at how little more we actually need. We would get to an average of 3 or 4 more and then just be kind of be done most of the time.
Yeah, if our opponents aren't interacting with us early on, we just kind of ran away with the game pretty quickly.
I guess we don't have any really super high lower cost cards other than the queen, which we used to shift onto it. So
yeah. But thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell notification, and I think that's it, right?
Ring the bell, comment, tell us what you think.
Don't comment. I don't care what you think.